Hey, it's Dr. V, your favorite psych NP. So if you're new here or haven't seen my channel before, this is part 3 of my ketamine-assisted psychotherapy experience. I'm a psychiatric nurse practitioner and I want to prescribe ketamine-assisted psychotherapy, so I went to a 4-day training. This is day 2 of that training. So on day 2 of the training, it was going to be my turn to receive the ketamine. I had already prepared with my intention, setting. I didn't eat 2 hours before I was going to receive the medication, but the actual time of administration, like 15 minutes before, I went out and meditated. I went out in the desert, and I'll show you a video here so you can take a look, but I just took the time to really be present and really focus on my intention. I came back in, and that's when I shuffled my deck of cards with my intention, and I had my spirit animal, which was a dragonfly. And then I also pulled an archetype card and a geometry card, a sacred geometry card. And then I really focused on my intention. I laid down, put some goggles on, and my partner next to me had checked in with me. And I told her, if anything comes up during this experience, I just want you to tell me, trust, let go, be free. That was my mantra that I had set. The treatment starts with the main practitioner kind of giving thanks to the medication, giving an intention, and then also just having a moment of peace and silence before we start. We played the music, we were just relaxing, eye covers on, and just waiting, anticipating to see what was going to happen. And then finally something did happen. I could hear the practitioner getting the packaging out and getting the vial to administer the intramuscular injection. So she gently comes around, taps me, my eyes are closed, and says, "Hey, is it okay to give you the medication?" I say yes, and then I receive it. It was a slightly burning sensation, and then just very relaxing and just very at peace. I was very in tune with what was going on. I could hear everything, and I was just kind of waiting to see what was going to happen. And this felt like a while, but I did just feel at peace, no visions, nothing really out of the ordinary. I guess the 10 minutes finally came, and then she tapped me on my other arm and asked me if it was okay to give me the second dose, which I said yes. About 2 to 3 minutes after receiving the second dose, I emerge into this new place where I come up to a pool of water, and I start seeing lots of pools of water, and I'm scared to go in. And I verbalize it. I say that out loud. My partner says, "Trust, let go, be free." And then I get into the water, and I come out raised out of the water in something that is almost described as just being reborn, because I wasn't standing on water. I was just in a platform coming out. And then after that, I did have 2 very special moments with 2 different entities that I saw that I can only describe as my ancestors that were there and telling me that everything was going to be okay. If you had tuned in before, you know that I had struggled with anxiety and overthinking and overworrying, and they told me that they were always going to be there with me and it was always going to be okay. And that gave me a lot of peace, and I felt a sense of love that is very hard to put into words. It was very powerful. That's all I really care to share and elaborate on here. There are more pieces to it. I think one of the other fascinating pieces was I was able to look at time and space, because I am so fascinated with it. And I was able to see a timeline where I was standing in the middle and there was no beginning and no end. And it was a spiral loop of film, like an old school camera, how you would get the brown films and they would just spin out. But it was like that. It was just eternal, one way, another way, and it was just everybody's life. That gave me a lot of answers to a lot of questions that I've had about space, time, here, the future, all those things. But again, very powerful experience. It lasted about, I'd say, 30 minutes total. And the initial dose that I had received was 10 milligrams. And then it was augmented. The second dose that I received 10 minutes apart was 15 milligrams. So I got a total of 25 milligrams for that first experience. That was very powerful and really gave me a lot of peace overall. The best way that I can ultimately describe all of this is just a massive download that you receive of lots of imagery, lots of connections that all mean something. And then the next few days, you start to interpret that. And that's where the post sessions of integration are such a vital piece of ketamine-assisted psychotherapy. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Follow me for part 4, where I describe the download that I received, further break it down, and conceptualize it with internal family systems models. As always, thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Drop any questions or comments related to ketamine-assisted psychotherapy. See you on the next one.